booked Kendra G down there to the Investfest, okay? She came down there. You could have easily just tilted her wig. It would have came off her head. You would have been able to see your face in her head like Mr. Clean.
From August 7th.
Because she got a big forehead and her wig be sliding back. That's how she like it. She like to wear it like that. That's like her hat.
7th to August 9th, the city of Atlanta hosted what is known as Investfest. And I believe this is the third year, which is owned by Earn Your Leisure. And this particular event focuses on financial literacy, investing, and entrepreneurship as it relates to the Black culture. Now, I've heard some really good reviews about the event, to be honest, but I have heard about this.
And then y'all was literally pedestalizing scammers and people who present day business is failing.
That this is kind of catered towards the scammers as well as some of the people who are the speakers.
They saying a scam fest. I know that they did have an issue where they wanted more support from the city of Atlanta, but the city of Atlanta was like, what do we get out the deal?
And that's important for this episode. Very often in Black business culture, as it relates to social media, what you really have is hustlers who are pretty much clout chasers acting as business people. And one of those people who are accused of that is none other than your girl, Kendra G. Now, the role she played with Investfest this year was different than the years past. Number one, she does have some.
Yo, y'all be giving Kendra G a hard time, yo, but she all right. She all right, shorty. Look at her. You know what I'm saying? She all right.
But a relationship with Earn Your Leisure. And because of the Kendra G's dating live show that's been very popular on social media, she was offered an opportunity to basically hold a singles lounge inside of the event at the Georgia World Congress Center. And
she's gonna get it pop and get the club, because you know, Black people, we can't do nothing without adding the club or some sort of a freaky aspect to it. You know what I'm saying? It's business, but it's freaky business. Let's put a freaky twist on it.
How these events work, guys, is that big influencers, just like Essence Fest, they are the ones to get people to come and sell tickets to the event too. So that's the whole idea. Bring in Serena Williams or Steve Harvey or 19 Keys. And the whole idea is to get those people from their audience.
They brought Steve Harvey's mustache in by itself.
Or Steve Harvey or 19 Keys. And the whole idea is to get those people from their audience to buy tickets and come to Atlanta. And this was no different for Kendra G. She put also her advertisements out there.
For the first time ever, we are partnering together for the Singles Lounge, baby. That's right. All the single people at Investfest will be inside the Singles Lounge. Now,
let's get freaky.
Let me put you on. Y'all be saying y'all want a man that make $100K a year. Baby, the men at Investfest, some make $100K a month, okay? Don't play with it. And like I mentioned, fellas, the rich ladies are in the building, because some of the rich ladies, they got that coin too.
So again, come find your rich husband, come find your rich wife.
But the thing is, it's Atlanta. If you're a rich man in Atlanta, you don't need to go to the Kendra G special mixer to try to find a lady. They everywhere. If you're a straight man in Atlanta making over $100,000 a month, you think you like, damn, I just can't find a date. All this money, maybe I'll wait for Kendra G.
At Investfest. Now, it's important that I did see some videos where a lot of the women were talking about there were a lot of single men there. Plenty of single men, in fact, were at Investfest. I heard that, many
by choice. They not crying themselves to sleep at night. Single men aren't the same thing as what people think it is, particularly if you have money. Single isn't a sad night with a cat. It's a hustler with several women. I'm just letting you know.
Women had opportunities. Of course, it's Atlanta, so you're going to see a lot of men, a lot of women, right? But just because you got single men and single women at Investfest, it doesn't mean that they were going to be in the singles lounge that Kendra G was trying to put together.
That's not a problem.
That brings in another person who dislikes Kendra G altogether, which is Tasha K.
Ow. Why Tasha don't like Kendra G? They just being catty? What's wrong with Kendra G? She said something about her forehead before.
Now, Tasha K would go on a rant roasting Kendra G's hairline and things of that nature. And I was going to put that in the episode, but that's not really that interesting, although it was funny.
You all right,
but
Kendra?
She talked about the particular singles lounge that was at the event, and she exposed this.
Kendra G hired to host a singles lounge at Investfest in Atlanta this week, okay? And everybody showed up, but the main important part of the Investfest, okay? And so if you look at the Investfest 2026 singles lounge, what is missing?
And she would continue.
2 Waldos, and what I mean by Waldos, I mean men. Where are the men? They hired somebody ain't never been married, never had no kids, ain't even got a friend for you.
Now, I actually wanted to see what this was really.
That's what they say. That's what old folks say when you with somebody y'all not married. This my friend. This my friend Harold. This my friend Schaefer. Schaefer, say hi. Schaefer like, hi. He don't want to be here. It's my friend. Call your friend, baby. We your friend.
About guys. So I went and looked at the event according to what Kendra G posted. And again, as you can see it, you have Kendra G singles lounge at Investfest was a huge success. The men and women showed up. Don't miss it.
That's
next year. But
dog.
if you look at this, first of all, there are several issues with what I'm looking at. For a person that's supposed to be a professional, this is shot with a cell phone. And one of the things that you really don't get is a wide view. You kind of get an in-person view. And when you kind of get in-person views, although you kind of see her kind of going around there, we don't know at what point of the event this was and things like this. And, there are some men that are there, but it looks like, I don't know, is this the entire lounge, or were people coming in and coming out, or were they participating inside of the singles mixer? I see some people talking and all that. What I don't really see is people kind of interacting as much. It's kind of just getting like highlights. And then the thing is, because this is done with a cell phone, it looks really cheesy. Again, I can't stop talking about the fact that it looks really cheesy for somebody who makes as much money as her. You would
let her do her little speed dating thing. It's people in there. It's some brothers in there. Look, they made touch contact. You know what I'm saying? He put his hands on it. She good. She leaning in. That's a good sign.
I think this would be a lot more organized. You would think that this would be a lot more decorated, and it's just not. And the real reason why it's not more organized is because Kendra G, despite what anybody would think, is I don't believe is like a really good business person. I mean, she is a person who knows how to curate content and create it with other people, and she knows how to chase clout. She knows how to get herself into doors, but this is not really organized. And from what I can see, it looks like it's a failure with the men. And let me explain why that is.
The requirement is for me to make time for you. I run a whole, okay? So if I have to make time for you, if I have to schedule you in, if I have to alter my life, you will never be the prize. And I know my worth so much. That is why it's not about, oh, why can't Kendra get a man? No, honey, why can't a man get Kendra?
Now, I'm going to tell you why. If you were a dude and you came to Investfest, you were going to be able to talk to chicks regardless. Number one, it's Atlanta. If you're a man in Atlanta coming to Investfest, the ladies that are there most likely are there to, number one, get a network. But if you're a successful black man, this is the place that you want to be. All right, you probably can get more numbers at Investfest than you would at a club. Number two, because of Kendra G's nasty attitude, the kind of women that watch her, most guys would feel like that's your audience. And that's the problem with Kendra G having a personality-driven dating app like Kendra G's Live, when really her personal opinion on relationships doesn't really matter, all right? For example, like...
Why? They saying because she's not married, she can't get you over the finish line? I think that's the point they're making. There's some validity to that. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell nobody how to play ball if you never played. You can watch a lot. She's like a commentator of relationships. She's a Skip Bayless of the in and out.
I have the Pan-African Dating Show YouTube channel and brand, all right? Now, most people probably would not know that, and it's not really important that you know that because that's the whole point. And I run it, I own it, I started the channel, but my point of view on relationships is not on trial there, right? It's not even for my age group. It's for the diaspora and all of that. But when you are a nasty mouth person with a nasty ass attitude like Kendra G, men do not want to spend their money to book a ticket to meet women that act like you. And then furthermore, I mean, there's just too many opportunities to see what's going on Kendra G's show. I mean, don't get me wrong, every now and then you will have attractive women, and attractive women definitely do call in. But the problem with the Kendra G show is that, number one, it's a lot of single moms. Number two, she does welcome the LGBTQ community.
Dude be so hard on single mothers like their mothers wasn't single mothers. Like they baby mothers ain't single mothers. I'm just saying, O'Shea, he ain't got no kids. He said his parents were married and all that other stuff like that. But don't pretend, everybody to talk that talk, pretend as if they have no experience with such a thing. And it's just, I find it, I'm sure we're going to do another angle on this once my brother gets here. He's a lot more red pill than me, you know. I certainly understand some of the concepts, but for me, it's like, I feel like we gotta, as black people, we need to give each other some grace. Whatever problem she got, you better believe he got. We the same people. I don't care how you put it. Y'all gonna be mad at me, whatever. Monk, you sipping. I'm just saying it would behoove us to have a little bit of compassion for one another because nobody else will. Feel me? I don't know, just a thought.
For certain people, that could probably be a little off-putting, right? Because folks will be like, well, I mean, hey, I'm there for what I'm looking for. And then also, another thing that I think is if you're like really a successful dude, this is kind of not what you really want to go for, right? Especially in Atlanta. Atlanta's, from what I heard, is
they probably just trying to hit, and Kendra G was there. If I went to Investfest to meet people and mingle and all that stuff, why not stop by the Singles Lounge? What they doing in here? Okay, these ladies is trying to get chosen. I'm gonna finish making my money, making connections. Now it's time to make a different connection.
Probably really simple for you to, meet people and get in.
But they don't need it. Like I'm saying, if a dude is balling and he in Atlanta, he don't need that. Probably, I hate to say this, ladies, but more often than not, a dude that came to Investfest, trying to get to the paper and stop by the Singles Lounge, he be looking for something tasty, perhaps for the evening if possible, especially if you're from out of town. I'm just making assumptions.
Get women, but you don't want to get women who have the attitude that Kendra G. And a lot of women turn guys off. I can tell you that. As far as females with these dating apps and kind of mixers, and
it's suspicious.
They just can't get guys to show up because the style.
It feels like a trap. It feels like a trap. She's saying, "Come down here. We gonna have rich men." Rich men, like what? Who, me?
Women that are there are not what these guys really want. If you're a guy, you're making $200,000 a year,
trying to hit
$20,000 a year, $40,000 a year. You don't need to go to the Investfest Singles Lounge to meet somebody there. You really don't. You just don't have to do that. You can meet somebody anywhere. Most black men understand this. Mm-hmm. And I hate to be the bear.
Even if you ain't got no money, honestly. If you just know how to talk and you somewhere where women are plentiful and, the pickings are slim on the male side, dudes are aware of this. And, the singles events, this is Kendra's business. This is what she does.
Bad news for most ladies, but especially you're a guy in your 30s, you're a guy in your 40s. You're not really worried about what woman you can talk to or who's going to do X, Y, and Z. That's not what you're thinking about. That comes secondarily. And if, a woman is too abrasive, like, you got kids, what are you going to do for me? Do you know who I am? Do you know my value is? Like, you're automatically going to get, I hate to say this, but this is honestly true. You're going to get pushed to the left. All right. You really are. And the woman who recruits the women makes a big difference. And this is exactly why I will tell you on YouTube, some of these women.
That's not true. Okay. I sort of disagree with you right here, O'Shea, because I've seen some other singles mixes that are not Kendra G at Investfest, and it can be sad. It can be sad. It could be sad. It could be just a lot of ladies sitting around having drinks. Real sad. So I think that's the fact that it's a nice mix of men and women in there is, partially attributed to the fact that they're at Investfest and there's probably a lot of dudes there regardless, and it happens to be in a building. But Kendra G can't hurt. You can't hurt. She's got a better turnout than I've seen 90% of these things I've seen.
Who are like Filipino dating coaches. You got some of the Dominican dating coaches out here. Women, they bring the kind of women that are kind of like them. And that's why a lot of black men deal with them.
Oh, man. Ooh, we're failing as a people.
I don't know. Let me know what y'all think, man. If you like that video and you want to see some other dope videos, check out this one. We worked hard on it for you.
Drugs, luxury vehicles, violence, coochie, balls, drugs, luxury vehicles, coochie, balls, drugs, luxury vehicles, coochie, balls, drugs, luxury vehicles, violence.